Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to MTSB Podcast, MTSB Choice. Credible, high quality, objective, integrity, construct, amalia, ahlu sunnah, excellent. Okay, first of all, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Faiz Mubarak as a informatic teacher, and this is my partner.
My name is Fitria Istiqomadewi. You can call me Fitria. I'm a science teacher.
Okay, how are you today, Ma'am Fitri?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good, Mister. How about you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine too.
Okay.
Okay, today we will discuss about the spirit to defend our states. The goals of defending the states is to ensure the security and independency. This happens in order to maintain the stability and safety of the people. These goals include efforts to maintain the territorial integrity of the state, protect national interests, and maintain security of the states. Okay, what do you think, Ma'am Fitri, about defend our state?
Okay. Actually, defense of the states is very important for every country, not only in Indonesia, but in all of the country. It can be done by all the citizens, not only the government or the high level of the peoples, but all the citizens have to do cooperation to do defending of the country. It can be done by some aspects such as a political development and then economical development, and then by the educations and cultural security development and other aspects like that.
Okay, next answer, Ma'am Fitri. Okay, next question. How do you think about the threats that undermine the Republic of Indonesia?
Okay, actually there are many kind of threats that undermine in the Republic of Indonesia. It comes from the internal factors and outer or external pressures, such as the first is terrorism. Terrorism is one of the problems in our country. Actually, it comes from our religions, in Islamic religions. The basic is from such as ISIS, like that. Terrorism can be treats the defense of our countries because it can attack like economical part of our countries, and then the infrastructure and also the correlation or of the citizens and many other impact of the terrorisms. And then the second is cyber security threats. As we know, in the digital era, one of the problems is the cyber security, such as hacking the data or online frauds, such as in the general elections, and other problems. And then the next is spirit movements. Actually, in some of the areas such as Papua, Aceh, they have been done spirit movements because they want to get their own independence. Their own independence. It's also become one of the threats, and the other factors such as economical problems and then political problems and also natural disasters. It also can be one of the factors that can be threats our country, like that, Mister. So, and etc. There are many kind of threats, but the threats that I said before is some of the important or the
Okay,
threats.
I see, Ma'am Fitri. I little bit confused about how laws and regulation that regulate national defense should be. Okay, could you give me an opinion about laws and regulation?
Okay, talk about laws and regulations. Actually, in our country, there are many kind of regulations that have have talked about the defense of the country. Maybe I can mention some of them, yeah, because this is from some source. The first is, of course, from the Constitution of Republik Indonesia, or we can say it as Undang-Undang Dasar Republik Indonesia 1945. This is the basic or the supreme law of the defense of the country, because this law is a legal law that protect our land and our properties. Yeah, it also talk about the duties of some part of the government that have to do the defense of the countries. And then the second is law from the maritime, yeah, from the maritime or TNI, you can say it as TNI. The law number 34 in 2004. As we know that we have a huge of maritime and army team, yeah, such as Army, Navy, and Air Force. They have their own roles in the defending of the countries in the huge area of Indonesia. And then the third is law number 3 in 2002. The next is presidential regulation on defense strategy. This is the presidential regulation number 86 2018. And there are many kind of regulation. And the last is defense white paper. Defense white paper is one of the source of regulations that is always updated in every year or every new generation of presidential. Okay, like that, Mr.
Okay, that is great argument, Ma'am Fitri. Next, I want to ask you about other. How about the strength that the Indonesian people have to defend the Republic of Indonesia?
Okay, actually, Indonesia is a country with the unity of diversity. Yeah, we have a diversity in the land of Indonesia, and then in the people, we have diversity people, and then language, ethnics, and religions. It can be one of our strengths to hold the relations between of the peoples. So with the good relations, with good social cohesions of the people, we can do cooperation to do defense of the country. And then the second is patriotism and nationalism. Since we are in elementary school, yeah, we have learned about PKN, or civics.
Yes,
Yeah,
civic.
one of the sense that teach is about patriotism and nationalisms. So that sense also can be the strength for us to do the defense of the country. And then the next is geographical advantage. As we know that Indonesia is located in very strategic area, yeah, very strategic area, and we have huge of archipelago. So it also with lot of natural resources. Yeah, it also can be one of our strength. And then the next is military traditions. Yeah, Indonesia known in other country as a very strong military cooperations. Yeah, because we have Army, Navy, and Air Force. Yeah, so they also have a good quality and have a good cooperation to keep the safety of our country also. And we also have youth population. Yeah, for the young generations, they also have a good patriotism and nationalism, so they can follow the way to do the defense of the country. So the roles of young generations, yeah, especially for our students, yeah, in the future they have a big role to do the defense of the country, like that, Mr.
Okay, that's quite mind blown for me, Ma'am Fitri. Now I want to ask about how community organization that are committed to defending the Republic of Indonesia. What do you think?
Okay. Actually, I think there are many kind of community, yeah, such as from the youth until the community around our house, yeah. Start from youth Pancasila like that, or apa, pemuda Pancasila. Yeah, they also have a big commitment to do the defense of the countries, yeah. And then such as PMI, they have a big role in the health or in the conditions. For example, when we have natural disasters, PMI will come first to help to secure the people in that area. And then in the religions, we have some part like ormas in our religion, especially, or remas, yeah, remas. That's also one of the part of community that have a big role. And in the area around our house, such as RT, RW, Carter, yeah, maybe you have
BBN.
yeah, Ibnu, BBN,
Yes.
yeah, like that. They also have a big roles in the hub, like small parts, but it's complete each other, so they can be cooperation. And then for right now, there are many community in the social media, especially that viral in social media, such as Pandawara.
Pandawara.
They have roles in the safe, yeah, in the process of safe the environment, yeah, or to keep clean our environment. They have they give motivation for the young generations. And then like some of akun of donation like kitabisa.com. Nah, they move in the online, but it can help each other, whether we cannot meet with each other, but the spirit to help by donation, it can be reached until the apa ya, the sorry, it can help like until the far area, but it can help each other like that.
Okay, magnificent, Ma'am Fitri. Why do we have to have national defense reserve troops? Why should it be like that, ma'am?
Okay, why we have to have national defense reserve troops? Because as we know, we cannot always predict the problem that we will face. So when we have any problems in our country, first we have like strength depth or strategic depth. So when there's any problems, we have like plan A, plan B, plan C, like that.
Okay.
And then the second is for flexibility and adaptability. So when there's any problems, because we have good strategic, yeah, we have good plans, so it will be more easier to cooperate, yeah, when we have any problems, such as when there's natural disasters. If we have a good management, or when there's tsunami, the way is like that, like this. Okay, this like PMI, they have to do like this, and then for other part they have to do like this. So it will make easier to solve the problems in short durations, yeah, in the short durations. And also it more effective in the cost, yeah, more effective in the cost if we prepared everything before the problems comes. So for the cost, we also have prepared it yet before it happen. It also become the reason why we have to do, or why we have national defense reserve troops.
Okay. Then why should the Republic of Indonesia be defended, Ma'am Fitri?
Okay, why like I said before, that we have good natural resources. Yeah, like we have a natural gas, and then nickel, yeah, and etc. Now, if we don't keep them, if we don't try to defend them, so it will easy to take by other countries. So that's why we have to defend our countries, because of we have natural resources. And then we also have a good, very good culture. Yeah, with unity of diversity, we have many cultures that we have to keep, like batiks. Yeah, if we don't keep it, so it will be easy to take by the other country to, what's that? To say that, oh, batik is there. Yeah, it's their batiks, but
Other
actually,
countries.
it's our batiks, like that. And then because of, we also have good like economic conditions, yeah, that we have to keep. And then maritime conditions, yeah, maritime conditions, as we know that we have a larger maritime area than the land area. It can help us to keep our country with the maritime area, so we will not be easy to attack by other countries. And yeah, like that. That's all. Some of the reason why we have to to defend our country.
Our country. Okay, the last topic for me, MP3. I want to share our opinion about what is the Indonesian people's commitment to the Republic of Indonesia.
Okay, for Indonesian commitment, the first, because of we have a very huge your unity of diversity, so we have to uphold it, and we have to do cooperation to keep the diversity of Indonesia. Don't let everyone, especially from other side or other country or our own citizens, to destroy our diversity. And then the second is we have to keep the spirit of patriotism and nationalisms. So if there's any problems in our country, don't always judge, like in social media, but we have to help the government to think about the solutions. Okay, so the negative side of our country to judge, especially in social media, such as some of the problems right now, don't do that, but we have to give solutions, give your own opinion, yeah, with the problems, which one is, or how is the best way to solve the problems. And then we also have to be proud and promoting our national identity, like show the best quality, the best culture in our nations, and then the products, yeah, in our nations, show to other countries and help to promote. Yeah, right now there are many like UMKM or
Okay.
yes, or our national products, such as Ager. Yeah, for example, Ager is our own products that can be exported to other countries. So we can be proud with our local brand, like that. And then we also have to keep our environment, our natural resource, and our environment, in order we can show to our next generations that Indonesia is rich countries, yeah, is a rich countries, and give the best conditions of these countries until the future generations. Yeah, like that. I think that's all.
Okay. Finish, man. Okay. Okay, finish this discussion. Thanks, Ma'am Fitri, from coming, and we will meet again in the next episode this MTSP podcast. Okay, the last we say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.